What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Lo back with another video, and today, bro, we got another reaction coming straight out of the box. But guys, before we get into this video, if this is your first time seeing me on your screen, or you ain't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It goes a long way. Like this video, comment below, give me some videos you guys want me to watch. I will watch fights, music, whatever it takes to keep you a part of the family. Today, bro, we're checking out top 10 trap in the other world animes. As you can very well see, Kirito's there, so you know, Sword Art Online, boom, instantly in there. I have to put the Shield Hero in there. What is it? What is it called? Damn, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Overlord. We have to put Overlord on there. And we also, what's another one that I could think of? I can't think of any other ones right now. But man, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and put those two on the list. And call it a day. But man, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. I don't want to make this video extra long. So yeah, we're gonna get into it and react to see what ones did I miss, which ones I haven't seen, and what I need to be watching. Let's get into this video. Oh, not getting any sound. Hold on. We're not getting any sound. Give me a second. Hold on. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is, but because I just turned these in.
Have you ever wanted to get away from it all, to just escape the boredom of everyday life? Today we'll be discussing one of the most popular themes in present-day anime, the isekai notion. This is when the main character gets transported or trapped in another world or dimension. This could be due to several reasons, but for whatever the circumstance, they're forced to survive and deal with the new world and its peculiarities.
Oh, what is this? Devil as a part-timer? Why have I not seen this?
Number 9 on the list is Devil is a Part-Timer. Devil is a Part-Timer is probably one of the more absurd and fun stories out there with a unique setup. In an alternate dimension, at the final crucial moment, Satan, along with...
Bro, this reminds me of, have y'all seen Fate Stay? Like, bro, that's what this reminds me of. It's kind of cold. I kind of like it. I'm rocking with it.
Interdimensional portal. Unknown to them, the heroine Amelia also follows them. And here's where it gets fun. Of all places they could land on...
he look like... Boy, dude look like Kirito. Hold on, my fault.
It's in modern-day Tokyo that they land. Unfortunately for them, they're unable to use their powers in this strange land. They assume new identities as Mao and Shiro and rent a shabby apartment near Shinjuku. To survive in the jungle of modern life, Mao gets a job at McDonald's. Yeah, you heard that right. Having these great overpowered characters go through their daily lives and overcome the predicaments they face will keep you smiling for sure. If the devil can struggle with everyday modern life,
I wonder if McDonald's sued for that.
All of us.
I wonder. Log Horizon. Why didn't I think of Log Horizon?
At number 8 we have Log Horizon. The premise for Log Horizon isn't really new. It focuses on the idea of being trapped in an MMORPG. This has been done a few times now, however it's still quite refreshing for several different reasons. Elder Tale is the conventional fantasy MMO game that the players are trapped in. However, in the story of Log Horizon, the players become the in-game avatars that they're playing with. This is a highly captivating journey as we progress with our hero Shiroe, who must learn to live in this new world, lead others, and negotiate with the NPC natives in order to bring stability to the virtual city of Akihabara. If you enjoy stories that experiment with sociological or even economical themes, Log Horizon doesn't disappoint. It offers something different from the usual shows as there's lots of world building that takes place.
Oh, yes. Drifter, boy. Bro, before we even get into... Have y'all seen Drifter, bro? The animation on it is amazing, bro. I know people gonna be like, well, it's not top tier. It's not. It's like, the coloring is dull, but it is amazing. It's, like, amazing. Like, real talk, it's amazing how, like, just the motion or the graphics of how it looks.
At number 7, we have Drifters. An anime based on the manga of Hellsing creator Kota Hirano, this is a show about historical warriors called Drifters who are transported to a fantasy kingdom by a mysterious organization that keeps tabs on their activities. The two main characters, Shimazu and Nasu, are pulled from Japanese battlefields from different time periods, and they team up with none other than Oda Nobunaga. From the very first scene, Drifters is as merrily violent and over the top as you might expect, and the war within will have you leaping back and forth between
look how
your
beautiful that
sides.
artwork is, bro. It's crazy.
Drifters versus ends in a battle of historical pawns. This is definitely a show where fans of generation-spanning action will want to stick around through to the bitter end.
Shit. We got an ad coming up. Hold on. I know these ads be killing me. Ooh, the haircut. I haven't seen this.
And
The
number
Boy
6
and the
is
Beast.
The Boy and the Beast. From Mamoru Hosoda, the creator of Wolf Children and The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, The Boy and the Beast's a beautiful film and story that explores the relationship between an average Japanese boy named Ren and a mythical beast known as Kumatetsu. Ren's run away from home after the death of his mother. His father doesn't seem to be around and he despises all the other members of his family, so he starts living in the streets of Tokyo. Kumatetsu wanders around Tokyo and ends up taking Ren in as a disciple. At its core, this is a story of two worlds colliding, the human world with the beast world. This is wonderfully shown in the conflicts and growing bond between the two. The chemistry between them is quite fun to watch, and it really does establish a bond of family between the two. The stunning visuals as well as the amazing soundtrack make it quite engaging for everyone to get absorbed and completely take in a fun adventure waiting to happen.
I mean, I want to see it, but it's not like on the top, something I need to check out. I told you, Overlord, bro. I haven't even seen the whole thing of Overlord, but I instantly knew. I watched season 1, and I was like, yo, it's going to be on this list because I knew he was trapped off in that game. And I was just like, I know he's going to be on the list. I haven't watched it. I ain't a full-fledged Overlord fan. Like, I ain't going to hold you and tell you I did, but yeah.
The next entry on the list at number 5 is Overlord.
Slink.
Overlord brings up a very relatable theme for anyone who's played an MMORPG before, that of a favorite game being abandoned.
Yo.
The protagonist, a player who goes by the name Momonga, has been a devoted player of the virtual reality MMO game Yggdrasil. After investing days, weeks, and years into building his skeletal character and his guild into one of the most notorious in the game, he finds himself alone with his world coming to an end, a world he's grown to love immensely. So when the time comes to pull the plug on the servers and he finds himself trapped inside this new reality, he seriously contemplates the question, if he could go back to the real world, would he even want to? What makes Overlord stand out is its different perspective. What happens if the villain is stuck in a game world? Overlord answers this question and goes back deeper into the realms of personal morality, having to take a back seat to keep up appearances. And with a cast of amusing demons, it ensures you'll have a good time on your hands.
I have not seen this. Why are they
Next up
showing
at number
panties?
4, and easily the funniest anime on the list, it's Konosuba. Have you ever played any role-playing games where you had to party up and take on quests as a group? Pretty fun, right? But what if you actually end up with some pretty useless members? You know, such as someone who usually gets eaten by a giant frog, or who'd wipe out the entire party after causing a huge explosion, or for that matter, a knight who misses with every swing of her sword. Well, that's basically the premise of Konosuba, with the only useful member being the one with the weakest stats. The story takes place after a traffic accident when Kazuma's disappointingly brief life has supposedly come to an end, but surprisingly, he's transported to a fantasy world filled with adventure and on the verge of being ruled by a demon king. Grouped with an obnoxious goddess named Aqua, masochistic crusader Darkness, and Megumin, an arch-wizard who can only really use one spell, this group of misfits makes for an entertaining show as they plan their escape from their various predicaments.
Okay. Oh, dang, No Game, No Life.
At number 3, we have No Game, No Life.
Yeah.
Imagine being stuck in a world where the whole world itself is a game. The story centers around two brilliant gamers, Sora and Shiro, a brother and sister duo who are legends on the internet. They consider the real world as just another crappy game and generally avoid it as much as possible. One day, they're summoned by a boy named Tet, the god of games, to an alternate world of Disboard. Here, God has prohibited war and declared it to be a world where everything will be decided by games. Even the national borders are decided by games. Everything is settled by predetermined stakes, be it one's memories or even the right to rule. It's quite an interesting setup that allows for a lot of intellectual moments. It's a fun adventure, well worth the watch if you haven't seen it already.
Okay. ReZero. I mean, if I want what's name to be on here. Shield Hero.
At number 2, it's ReZero.
Yo.
ReZero's a psychological anime which came with an interesting concept at the time it was released, because of some of the darker consequences it hinted at. The story revolves around an 18-year-old boy named Natsuki Subaru who's suddenly teleported to a fantasy world, a kingdom where humans, demons, spirits, and demi-humans coexist. There he meets and eventually falls in love with a silver-haired half-elf named Satella. What makes this anime quite unique is that Subaru figures out that he's able to time leap every time he dies. This is similar to a video game where after you die, you'll respawn to a start point. However, in ReZero, this implies a much deeper meaning.
Damn. Yeah.
And finally at number 1, it's Spirited Away. No list of different world scenarios can end without at least mentioning this anime. This story follows 10-year-old Chihiro.
Yo,
Her
bro,
parents are moving into a new place in the suburbs.
So I watched this in theaters. Like, what was that? Was that 2003? I watched it in theaters. It was amazing, and I think it held the record for highest gross movie in an anime film until Demon Slayer. But I don't even know if Demon Slayer deserves it, because this was when being an anime fan was frowned upon. That's why, and it was crazy that it held that title that long, because anime grew over those years, but this always was one of the movies that every anime person watched. And that's how I can tell. If they don't know this, I don't consider them real anime fans. Just because that mean you came in the last 5 or 6 years. You see what I'm saying? And there's no disrespect if you came in the last 5 or 6 years. That's cool. Watch anime. We want you here. Be a weeb. We love it. But I don't want to hear, well, this person is stronger than this or nothing. You can't argue with me on that stuff, because I'm going to hold and be like, nah, dog, you ain't been here long enough to talk about that. You ain't.
Suburbs,
you know?
However, on the way to their new home, which, by the way, Chihiro's not looking forward to at all, they take a side trip and end up in a strange, eerie oriental town. With curiosity at this strange new place, she wanders around the town completely devoid of humans. This town appears to be a resting spot for Japanese spirits where they can relax in hot baths and generally have a good time. This includes eating good food, which unfortunately includes their parents, who've just so happened to turn into pigs. Chihiro's journey to try to free her parents is an amazing tale told with boundless imagination. The beautiful and complex imagery communicates an atmosphere and feel that's literally out of this world.
That's
so
crazy.
What do you think about this list then, eh? And which is your favorite?
List was hardcore, low key. I mean, I'm guessing this was a long time ago is when he made this, because like I said, he did make this video was put up a while ago. I wanted to react to it though. It's been on my list, but it had to be a long time ago, because Shield Hero should have been on here. I don't know why it's not, bro. That is one of the top. To me, that's one of the top. That's one of the top world switches ever, bro. Like, I love I keep saying Sword Hero. I'm thinking of Sword Art Online and Shield Hero at the same time. But yeah, like I was saying, Shield Hero is one that needed to be on the list, but maybe it's just old and it wasn't out yet, so I'm not gonna hold them to it. But man, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys do love the content that you see, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Leave me a like, comment, talk to me. I like to talk back. You can follow me on other social media like my Instagram or my Twitter. And I did just make a TikTok, so I might put that up there as well. Link to the original video is in my bio. I mean, not in my bio, in the comments below. If you want to get to any of my stuff, like my TikTok, my Instagram stuff, I'll also link that below. If you just want to, you know, help a brother out, make sure y'all hit that like button. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Low is out. Peace.